Alright folks, transfer rumours have cooled off a bit lately, so what better time to start speculating again? Let's be honest, we all want the club to bring in a proper forward. Someone who can finish chances, share the goal scoring responsibility with Mo Salah, and actually give us a real presence in the opposition's box. There are a few names floating around out there. We've seen Hugo Ekitike being mentioned, Victor Gyökeres has come up too, and now a new name has entered the mix. And not just any name. Some people would say he's the best striker in the world right now. It's Victor Osimhen, the 26-year-old Nigerian striker who fired Napoli to their first Serie A title in 33 years back in 2023. The funny thing is, he ended up in Turkey last season after falling out of favour, and now he's on the lookout for a new club. So why not take a look at him as a potential number 9 for us? That's exactly what we're going to do in today's video. Go ahead and hit those like and subscribe buttons, and let's jump straight into it. Let's start with the numbers. During that title-winning season at Napoli, Osimhen scored 26 goals from around 24 expected goals. That tells us he's either matching or slightly outperforming his XG, which means he's finishing most of the chances that come his way. He took 138 shots that season, and over 40% of them were on target. That's solid. Even in the following season, with Napoli struggling to keep up their form, he still bagged 15 goals in just 25 appearances. Then came his loan move to Turkey, where he absolutely exploded with 26 league goals in 30 games. This guy just knows how to score. Yes, he takes a lot of shots, but more often than not, he buries them. His conversion rate is seriously top tier. He scores roughly once every 4.4 shots, with a conversion rate of about 22.6%. To put that into perspective, that's elite level finishing. He's not the kind of striker who just drifts around and hopes something falls to him. He actively hunts goals. He's aggressive, sharp, and always looking for that moment to strike. Take a look at this graph right here. It compares him to forwards from across all different leagues, and it paints a clear picture of what kind of monster we're dealing with. When you break it down by goals per 90 minutes, shot frequency, and conversion rate, Osimhen is at the very top. He's simply the best in that category, and the numbers back it up. Just take a look at his shot map from this past season. Over 80% of his shots came from inside the box. That alone tells you something. He's not wasting efforts from distance or taking hopeful strikes. He's getting into high quality areas where goals are more likely to come from. But the best part isn't just where he's shooting from. It's how he gets himself into those positions in the first place. And that's exactly what we're going to break down right now. See, Osimhen is explosively fast. He can go from standing still to full sprint in a heartbeat. And once he finds space, he absolutely takes off. But even more impressive than his raw pace is his movement intelligence. According to the folks at Opta, he's constantly active, always staying light on his feet, and looking to exploit the blind side of defenders with sharp darting runs. He loves to hover on the shoulder of a defender, then suddenly burst away with a quick step over or a clever decoy move. His first step is electric, and he has a great sense for when a defender switches off for even half a second. You know that old saying, fox in the box, to describe a deadly striker? Well, Osimhen is a fox both inside and outside the box. He'll use double movements or throw in a fake to get his marker off balance, then explode into the space he's created. It all adds up to a striker who just never stops running. Now, we'd love to back this up with solid numbers, but unfortunately, off-ball movement metrics aren't publicly available. So instead, let's look at something that is, and it might surprise you. Osimhen averages 1.5 offsides per game. Shocking, right? It actually puts him in one of the highest percentiles for this stat, and at first glance that might seem like a bad thing. But it tells us something important. It shows just how often he's trying to break in behind. He's relentless. Sure, he might get caught offside once or twice, but on the third run, he's going to make something happen. Once he's in the box, Osimhen knows how to mix it up. Sometimes he makes a hard sprint straight to the 6-yard line, ready for a near post cutback. Other times, he checks back toward the edge of the area, creating just enough space to receive a pass. But the one thing that never changes, he's always attacking the penalty area. He lives there. In fact, the majority of his passes received come inside the box. That tells you how active and dangerous he is in those zones. His movement pulls defenders all over the place. When they try to follow him, it creates gaps. Those gaps can be deadly in the right setup. Just imagine a Liverpool front line with Salah and Wirtz on either side, and Osimhen darting through high defensive lines while those two link up around him. That's the kind of chaos that opens games up. Now, let's talk about something that often goes under the radar, which is his strength. He might look lean in highlights, but don't let that fool you. He's surprisingly strong and never backs down from a physical battle. Whether it's on the ground or in the air, he knows how to use his body. He'll push, shove, shoulder defenders off the ball and send them to the floor. In one-on-ones, he can lean into a centre-back and hold his ground with real presence. And when it comes to aerial ability, he's got serious hops. He's just over 6 feet tall, but he outjumped everyone in Serie A during the 2023 season. No one scored more headed goals than him that year, as he netted 7. According to Transfermarkt, he's already scored 39 headers across his career. That's a striker with real jumping power and proper heading technique. As for hold-up play, he's more than capable. He can spin off defenders with clever flicks, and he's smart about winning free kicks by using his body well. Defenders often end up grabbing him just to slow him down. So in Liverpool's build-up, Osimhen could bring something valuable. He could win flick-ons for Wirtz or Szoboszlai, shield the ball under pressure, and lay it off to a teammate. That won't be the main part of his game, but make no mistake, he's far more than just a poacher. Sure, everything we've seen so far is impressive, but there's still more to his game. One of the biggest reasons Osimhen could be a great fit for Liverpool is his work off the ball. In today's game, modern forwards have to press, and Osimhen absolutely does. The stats show he averages around 18 pressures per 90 minutes, with about 11 of those coming in the opposition's final third. That puts him in the top 98th percentile among attacking players when it comes to defensive pressure. On top of that, he averages roughly 2 tackles and interceptions per game. That tells you how he's actively disrupting play and forcing mistakes. Every turnover he causes becomes a chance to attack. This kind of relentless frontline defense is exactly what Klopp loved in Firmino, and what he hoped to develop in Núñez. Osimhen seems to be cut from that same mold, tireless, aggressive, and smart in how he applies pressure. So yes, he absolutely ticks the boxes when it comes to pressing and work rate, both of which are crucial in a Liverpool setup. Arne's slot system also demands forwards who attack space and trigger the press high up the pitch, and Osimhen fits that role perfectly. Alright, we've talked stats, skills, and work rate. Now let's talk tactics. How would Osimhen actually fit in an attack built around Mo Salah, Florian Wirtz, Dominik Szoboszlai, and new fullbacks like Jeremy Frimpong at right back, and potentially Milos Kerkez on the left? Well, here's a scenario. Salah tucks inside from the right, or occasionally pulls wide depending on the situation. Wirtz operates just off the striker, floating in that space behind the forward. Then you've got Frimpong and Kerkez stretching the pitch by hugging the touchlines and delivering crosses into the box. In that setup, Osimhen becomes the key target. His movement, aerial ability, and instinctive finishing make him the ideal player to get on the end of those deliveries and punish defenses. His game fits perfectly with Liverpool's attacking weapons. Salah is at his best when defenders are distracted, either when he's cutting inside as an inverted winger or sprinting onto breakaways. Add Osimhen's constant runs in behind, and suddenly defenders can't just focus on Salah anymore. That opens up space and could even help boost Salah's creative numbers. See, Szoboszlai won't be the only one making runs into the box now, especially with Frimpong flying up the right side. In this setup, Osimhen would be keeping the opposition centre-backs busy, using his strength, smart positioning, and non-stop movement to hold their attention. That gives others like Szoboszlai and even the fullbacks more freedom to attack the space. But that's not all. Wirtz, who we expect to operate in the left half space, has more than enough creativity to pick out Osimhen inside the box. Whether it's a quick 1-2, a chip pass, or a clever through ball, Wirtz has the vision and technique to feed him in different ways. It sounds like a perfect signing, doesn't it? Well, there are still some big questions. Can Osimhen handle the full grind of the Premier League season? He's had some injury issues in the past, so that's a fair concern. And maybe the biggest question of all is, could Liverpool actually afford him? After splashing big on Wirtz, it's hard to see us dropping another massive fee, especially when you factor in Osimhen's huge wage demands. So, could it actually happen? Well, the stats say Osimhen would bring goals, pace, and relentless energy. So logically, the deal should happen, but will it actually? Only time will tell. Now it's your turn, let us know in the comments. Do you think Osimhen would tear it up at Liverpool? Would he click with Salah and our midfielders? Let us know what you think, and if you enjoyed this analysis, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and stay tuned for more on Liverpool's wild transfer rumours and tactical deep dives.